And welcome to my DIY today. And because of the recent things that are out today, we're going to talk about preparedness. With the coronavirus, and we just had an earthquake, how to get prepared. And I'm going to talk about 72-hour kits. So let's get started. Hey, these are kits that I've had sitting out, hanging out on the porch for, I don't know, 10 years. Kind of dusty. I'm going to go through them and see what is in there. I can't even remember what I put in there. And then these are some that I just bought. I'm going to compare the bought ones to the homemade one. Let's get started. Okay, so this is what they had in the bought kit. Okay, so they have brown sugar multigrain cereal for breakfast, hearty tortilla soup, beans and rice. So this would be for lunch, dinner, vegetable pasta, alternative whey, whey milk alternative, and apple cinnamon. So there's two of these apple cinnamon ones. So there's two breakfasts and then two lunch and a dinner, two dinners. Okay, and then it had another packet, had a cup so you can drink out of it, and an emergency rain poncho. This is a little stove. And some masks, a flashlight, Kleenexes, cards to keep yourself entertained, matches for the stove, for emergency blanket, 36 pieces of first aid stuff in there. It's a little kit, a whistle so people can hear you without you screaming, solid fuel tablets, antiseptic cleaning wipes, and then these are aquatics, and it tells you how to use these tablets. I guess it's to purify the water. And then 4 waters. Okay, that is what is in the bought kit. So let's go see the homemade kit. See, I couldn't afford to buy these for my kids. There'd be no way I could buy all these, and I just barely bought these kits from Wise Food Supplies on the internet. They were on sale for like 20 bucks each, so that's a pretty good deal. I mean, that's with the backpack. And so if you can't afford it, I'll show you how to do a homemade one. Oh, and also these backpacks, they have a zipper here, they got pockets on the side for water bottles, the zipper here, you can put your phone in it, your solar packs, get some solar packs for your phone charger, a zipper here. And you can put that on your back. So these are pretty nice backpacks. Oh yeah, I'm going to pack all this back in. And also in your kit, if you'd like to put some clothes in, like some extra undergarments, extra shirts, extra pants, maybe even some snuggy jammies. And for kids, you're going to want to put in stuff that's comforting to them, like a stuffed animal or a blanket. Make sure you grab those and take them with you. Or what do they like? Put some games in. You could even put some little candies in, like lifesavers. And the cards are a good idea because you got to be able to play something. But now we have phones. But if you don't have a charger, a portable charger or solar charger, then you won't have those anyway. So a solar charger would be good. I'll put a link below on how to get a solar charger. And I'll put a link below how I got my 72-hour kit. And then here's how you can make your own. And here's my homemade one. I just found some old backpack the kids didn't use anymore. And I put in a package of oatmeal, oats, and the plastic to lay down. These are solar blankets. And these are old, I don't know if this is how we used to get it. These at the Army Navy store. Brownies, food, let's see, cheese spread. I better that's not much food. I need to update that. So I'd have oats. Oh, and here's a bag with some clothes in it. A shirt, pants, and some undergarments. This is a heat bag, and I got the water. These are female products you can use those for wounds also. Those are really good for wounds. Put them in the boys' and the girls' bags. A water bottle, so you could carry it with you if you found a clean stream. Here's some games. These are little chess game and a checkers game. First aid kit, a candle, some toilet paper, and matches for the candle. So this isn't quite as fancy as the bought one. Some bandages and emergency blankets. So that's the homemade kit. It's funny, I looked at these closer and these are all cookies, and this is cheese spread and crackers. So I would have had cheese spread and crackers, cookies, and some oatmeal mush. But plenty of water. Okay, so it's a good time to check on your 72-hour kits. Like choose a day like Christmas. Every day check your 72-hour kits. Or choose April Fool's Day. Think, I won't be fooled. I will check my kit. And I have some food kits out in the storage room that I can put into these backpacks. Let's go out and see what we have out there. And I've done a video on our storage room. This is stuff that you just keep rotated, and it's stuff you use every day. And then down here I have buckets of wheat, instant potatoes, 5-grain oats. I've got buckets that go way back there. Got some water bottles. I got water barrels out back. Some more water barrels, canned. This stuff I don't open because this is 25 years. That you can use that for that soap. Matches, some more water back there. And I can take these 72-hour kits when they go on sale, or even these. See, I get from Patriots or Wise Food. And then we can stock up my kits. And here's some buckets. Oh, that's a bucket of eggs. 2 buckets of eggs. The eggs are more expensive, but they're good to have. Okay, so I will take these 2 survival kits. Oh, and then like these have, see, these are for 25 years. These are good to have. Okay, let's back to the 72-hour kits. This is what is in the 72-hour kit, and I always date them even though it has 25 years shelf life. Okay, they've got Patriot cinnamon sugar oatmeal, America's Finest mac and cheese, and chicken a la king, and directions how to use it. So I will put these in the backpack, and we will have meals to eat with our cookies. Chocolate chip cookies. Okay. So these store-bought ones, obviously, that's just the food. There's no water. So you can't just grab this and go. Where with here, we can grab and go with these. And these have the water. And there's also some other things that we need to get ready for our 72-hour kits. If the disaster happens in the cold, like today, it's, well, 50 degrees, 45 degrees, then you need to grab a warm jacket, something lightweight, or grab something, and you need a good pair of hiking boots. If you just have slip-on shoes or sandals, that's not going to work. You've got to have a good pair of hiking boots, because you may not be able to drive somewhere. You may not be able to be somewhere where you can be protected in a vehicle, and you may have to walk it. So we just don't know. So that's why you need to have a good pair of hiking boots, and make sure you have those flashlights and the batteries. And these are what I gave the kids for Christmas. They're these you wind them up. You don't need batteries. You wind them up. It's got a radio. I should put these in the backpacks. It's got radios. Walkie-talkies would be fun to put in there. We could keep communication with each other in case we get lost. But these are has a radio so you can tell what's going on. And that flashlight, you just wind it to make it light. So you wind this. That turns your little flashlight on. And here's 72-hour kit checklist. Water, food, a radio, blankets, pillow, sleeping bag, flashlights. Sleeping bag, I did not. I need to have where I can grab those. A whistle, masks, toiletries, baby wipes, tools like a wrench, pliers, a little broom, gloves, can opener, plastic sheeting, duct tape, medications that you have, first aid supplies, personal hygiene items, garbage bags, that's good, paper supplies, camera, so you can usually just get a disposable one, cash, you need at least $100 or even $20 because the ATMs might not be open. Maps, do you guys know what maps are? Medical history list for everyone in your family. And then here's the one that the government put out. It's a build a kit, basic disaster supply kits. And it just says water, food, battery, flashlight. About the same as the other one. First aid kit, extra batteries, whistle, mask, toiletries, wrench, pliers, manual can opener. That's one. Well, we just all have bags though. Cell phone charger or backup batteries. Download recommendations. Additional emergency supplies. Cash. So it's pretty much saying, maintain your kit, keep canned food in a cool, dry place, replace items, kit storage locations. Usually we put it out on the porch because what if you can't get into the house? Like this earthquake we had today was a 5.7. At our house it was a 3.7. It really shook the house. It just knocked some things down. But in a 6.7 is what they're predicting we will have. The school roof caved in. If your roof caves in, you've got to get out of the house. And we have a tent. We can go out back, get a fire going, and sit out in our tent for help. We don't need a fire if it's in the summertime. But just have a plan. Have some kind of a plan. Always keep your gas tanks half full. Because it can get you maybe to a family or friends or somewhere that you can be safe, be able to drive, and just be aware of what's going on around you. And when my kids were here, you have to update the clothing every year. Like me and Joe, we don't have to update our clothing because we don't change. Well, you know, your size is the same usually. But for kids, you need to keep changing. I remember we'd let it go 10 years and we thought, let's check our 72-hour kits. And the kids had little teeny pants in there that wouldn't fit them. Just need one pair of pants, one shirt, and some underwear, a couple of pairs of underwear. And make sure if you can't put a whole roll of toilet paper in there, just put some baby wipes or put them in a Kleenex bag like I had. So even the bot kits didn't have everything in it I wanted. So I've got to go through them and supplement what I need in there. And these are some waterproof bags I got for your cell phone. And it's good to keep things waterproof in case it's raining or you got to swim a river, who knows. Oh, and here's some heirloom seeds I got. That can's kind of bent. Oh, here it is. Heirloom seeds. Survival seed vault. So I will keep those there because you just never know. Make sure you have your supplies on. Here is what I keep rotated around. This is what I use all the time. And here, it's just going to sit and wait because it's 25-year shelf life. So that's what I have for there. And then over here we have our freezers. Freeze foods. I used to can food, but I don't can it anymore. It's too much work and the nutritional value isn't as great. So I either dry it or freeze it. So that way it's not so much work. I'll show you some of my dried things down here. Dried apples. I make fruit roll-ups all the time. I have a food dryer. Put the date on them. Gotta get the grandkids to eat those up. And lots of fruit roll-ups. Where'd I put the fruit roll-ups? Right here. Fruit roll-ups, and here's some dried bananas. I just keep those down here, and the grandkids can eat them. But those only last a year. They don't last very long. Okay. And if you have animals, keep an extra bag of food on hand. And out here on the porch, you have supplies out here, plastics and all your tools that you need. Another freezer. Have a place to grow a garden. And if you don't have a place to grow a garden, grow them in pots and put them on your porch. We have a generator. And here's our water barrels. And those have to be switched out every year. I don't even know. I should write on there the date that I filled them. I have no idea. That's probably 10 years old, those water barrels. And if you don't want to get these, you can get the smaller ones. And then under here, I save my detergent bottles, and I put water in there, not to drink, but I don't want to use my drinking water to wash clothes with. If you need to rinse clothes out, wash clothes out, I use that for dishes or washing clothes. And then I have my drinking water. Oh, in those barrels of water, you put 1 cup of bleach in there. Or is it Clorox? Can't remember now. It's been so long. I'll find out. And also you can do rainwater. Have a container that catches rainwater. My brother lived in New Zealand for 10 years. He said they did rainwater. That was just what they did. It wasn't an emergency thing. That's just how they did their water. And that generator will keep both these freezers going. Plus, it'll actually keep our whole house going. I just have to hook it up to there. It has 5 outlets that it will keep it going, but it runs on gas. I would like to get a solar one, and solar panels I think would be great, but the solar, we haven't got those yet. A solar panel, make sure it can store, has a way to store the energy, or I don't know if it's that much good for you. The neighbor across the street, she has the solar panels. She has the solar panels right there. But we don't. And also another good thing to have, I forgot to mention that, is a bicycle. If you can't get around in your car, you're going to have to bike it. Ride your bicycle somewhere. And you could, we only have 1 bike, so I guess I'd have to ride on the bike with Joe. But keep coats and warm shirts and shoes. Have a good pair of shoes, and have a vehicle that can, that is a tough vehicle, one that can make it over rough roads. Because we don't know what's ahead of us, but we can kind of guess that things are not going to get better. And we, in our church, Church Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, we have been warned for 50 years. And, you know, we've trying to keep up on food storage and stuff. It's kind of hard, but you just keep it rotating. Every time you run out of something, you replace it. And now we have this dry food stuff that lasts 25 years. That is really nice. And the packaged water and stuff. So it's pretty nice now. And just look for sales. I'll post the links to My Patriot and Wise Food. And let's see how things go. And thanks for watching, liking, and commenting. And remember, if ye are prepared, ye shall not fear. And the way I say it, if ye are prepared, ye won't be scared. So prepare yourself, and then when something actually does happen, it's still scary. I mean, but not as scary if you're prepared for it. Like that earthquake this morning, that scared me. We have a water bed, and it was, wow, got some waves going. And it was scary. It catches you off guard. You just think, oh. But then when you can calm down, you think, hey, you know what? We're prepared. So thanks. Remember to always look for that rose. And good night.